hopes not forgotten.
I just want to say goodbye, but hopefully it's not a long-term goodbye. We'll see each other again.
President Trump's making clear he has no intention of fading quietly from a spotlight he's sought for years, hinting he could run again.
We will be back in some form.
Reportedly toying with starting his own political party ahead of 2024. But at this point, it seems unlikely his presence would clear a field that could include his now former number two, Vice President Mike Pence, whose relationship with the president broke down after the Capitol siege, and who is widely believed to be planning a run for the White House himself after attending President Biden's inauguration, saying goodbye for now to Washington, and making an emotional return to Indiana.
It is great to be back home again. Thank you for coming out.
So all of this frames what is really one of the biggest questions for the GOP moving forward. Do they end up splintering into multiple parties, the Trump loyalists versus the more establishment conservatives, or do they figure out a way to stay under the same umbrella? Savannah?
All right, Hallie, thank you. And let's pick things up right there with NBC's Capitol correspondent Casey Hunt. Casey, I know you were working the phones yesterday. You heard the speech, a lot of big promises, hopes for unity, but down in the halls of Congress where you work every day, it's brass tacks. What do you think is the likelihood that we could actually see some kind of working relationship between the president and this new Congress?
So, Savannah, I had a number of private conversations with Republicans who frankly gave President Biden's inaugural address rave reviews. He set a tone that many of them think opens the door for them to potentially work together. And he also has deep relationships. He's served with many of the members of the Senate when he himself was senator or vice president. But that said, the divisions are very, very deep, and Republicans are going to have to decide how far they're willing to go before we're going to be able to tell whether they can take advantage of this opening and do big things like coronavirus relief and potentially an infrastructure package, Savannah.
And then let's also talk about the other big elephant in the room, which of course is this impeachment trial. We just heard Senator Rubio saying, how can you talk about unity and be doing an impeachment trial? But others are saying, look, there has to be accountability before we can move forward together.
That is the other big decision that is facing Republicans right now. They have a chance here, if they want to slam the door on former President Trump ever returning to the White House. But I will say there is a desire, there are conversations right now going on about the timing of this trial, and both Republicans and Democrats seem to want this to happen very, very quickly, perhaps in as few as 3 days, and I think that reflects a real interest from everyone in moving forward away from the Trump era and into this new Biden administration. Savannah.
All right, Casey Hunt on the Hill for us as always. Casey, thank you so much.
Moving now